I'd also like to ask about the dog run at Church Square Park, which was supposed to be part of the original upgrade to the park, and when that is going to happen.
The dog run was in phase 2.
The dog run, before you, Councilwoman Gianotino, you were on this council, was a part of the project from the start. From the very start, that was part of it. Somehow it got pushed aside, became phase 2. I'd like to know when that's going to be done. It kicks up dust in everyone's face. It's not a good situation in there for the pets or the owners. So I'd like to just know when that project's going to start. I believe the funding is there, so I'd just like to know when we're moving forward with it. One of the last council meetings, I expressed my support that if we're really serious about ending flooding in Hoboken, instead of getting a loan for one pumping station, we should do the recommendation of what the sewage authority and countless engineers said 10 years ago, and that's to have 4 pumping stations in the city of Hoboken. That means we need to get 3 more. It's $29 million, low interest loans. Doesn't affect our budget this year. I asked what the administration's thoughts on that. I don't know if you have an answer, Mr. Wiest, but the time to act is now, if we're serious about it. Because we're given a report that said 1 more does not do enough. It's at least 2. But it most likely is going to be 3. So if we all want to put our money where our mouths are and work on the infrastructure of this city, we have to recognize that we need to go after this plan full force. Because waiting another 3 years and still flood does not do anybody any good to their property. And lastly, I'd like to ask about the Ponte case. The $3 million grant that the city's been sitting on for 4 years now, with absolutely a 0 return on our investment, because we paid taxes into that fund, because they tax us, expires next month. A full 4 years. The city's had it a full year after it was reprogrammed to be used down in the Southwest. What's happening? I would love an answer. Where are we? Are we any closer to make some type of agreement? Are we risking this $3 million grant? It's set to expire. Does the administration have a plan?
Well, no, I mean, my understanding is there's no risk to the grant at this point.
Why is there no risk to the grant?
I'm just telling you what I understand. If you want more backup for that, I'll get you further information.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to know how we just make up our own rules as we go along. If something's set to expire in August, yeah, I'd like to have a formal letter from the county that says we're not taking the money back. But I'd really like to see us acquire the property. We have the $3 million. Let's make a deal. Let's get this done. They've been sitting, I don't even know. You've sent out the second offer letter. Have we had a response?
I believe they were setting up a meeting. I don't know if the meeting's been held yet. I believe they were setting up a meeting to discuss the offer.
Well, it might be helpful if our director stayed through new business. I know council rules now dictate that they aren't needed to, but it would be helpful. People watch these meetings at home. When we ask these questions, they want to know the answers. When we're out in public, they ask the same questions. We don't have answers because we can't get answers to questions. It'd be very, very helpful if directors stayed around so we knew. But if you could follow up and let me know the answers to those questions, Director, I'd really appreciate it. You do a great job at that. Thank you.
Council President, just
Yes.